Greetings, my fellow gamers. It is I, Wraith King, and welcome to Spacelords. I wanted to take a look at this game for quite some time on the channel. And hey ho, look, we have an antagonist. I'll be telling you guys all about that as we play through the game here. Now, normally I would take a look at the cutscene, but I think everybody here has seen it, so I don't want to waste their time with that. But let's say you haven't really seen the cutscene in a level yet. You can always press X to watch it, and no matter if somebody wants to skip it or not, you can still see the cutscene. Now, this is something I like / wish they could change a little something for. Maybe they should have a separate campaign mode, maybe one that has the cutscenes and maybe one that does not have the cutscenes. That way people who want to actually see the cutscenes can just watch them over there, and the people that just want to grind through the level, and just play it, can, play it. That's more of an idea. It's not really of a complaint for me because the cutscenes are still really cool to watch. Even if we do have to watch them again, they're really fun to take a look at another time because they are shot very well. They're very exciting to look at. But anyway, getting back to the gameplay, this is something I was never used to. The first time I tried this out, it was just completely new. I've never played anything like it before, ever. Like the combat, the way the guns work, everything is just so new to me. I just didn't understand any of it. But I got really good at it fairly quickly. When the game just started out, I started playing as Lycus Dion. He's this guy with red hair and really sharp teeth. I started playing as him and I kicked butt with him. I was fantastic with him. And I still am pretty good with him now. I've decided to use some different characters, especially this newer one. I haven't really got a chance to try her out. I'll be getting into that in a minute about how many characters you can actually play as, and there's actually a free way you can use them too. But I'll be getting into that in a minute. Right now I want to talk a little bit more about the gameplay. Let's talk about the combat. The combat is kind of like a rock, paper, scissors thing. You punching, counters, grabbing, counters, dodging, counters, punching. In the end, you have pretty much an all-out fight. And when it gets into a PvP battle, when you're actually fighting another player with these mechanics, it could get pretty crazy. And in a very, very good way, too. The combat, especially when you're fighting a really, really skilled player, it gets fun. It gets really fun. They just know what you're going to do, and if you're a skilled player, you know what they're going to do next, too. So sometimes it's just a dodging, grabbing, and punching, just all-out fight. It's awesome. I'll see if this guy will do it with me. He's probably going to kick my butt, though, because this character's kind of new to me. I mean, the combat is kind of the same, but I am not used to the kind of weapon she's using at all. And sometimes you don't even really have to use your hands in this. You actually use your weapon. And this character has a pretty powerful weapon, but I'm still learning how to use it, as I said. The only thing I really know how to use with this character is her ultimate ability, which is summoning this giant robot. He can't move, unfortunately. That's the downside about it. But she can call a missile strike on any location on the map with him, and that is pretty devastating. I don't know how many times I've killed people with that. It's pretty awesome. And if they're too close to the robot, he's going to absolutely lay it down on him. He is relentless. That giant robot over there. There he is right there. He is relentless with combat up close. Getting back to the up close combat, if you actually grab somebody, you insta-kill them. That's something I kind of like, and I guess it's okay. I mean, you have to counter the grab. Every time you hear somebody about to grab, luckily it's pretty obvious when they're going to grab you. Like this red mist comes from them, and you hear like this warning sound that actually comes out of them. So it's pretty obvious when they're going to grab you, and it's actually pretty easy to counter it. You just gotta know when to counter it. Meaning you gotta know when they're actually gonna start grabbing you. Usually they start to grab when you dodge. So it's a good idea to, yeah, see, look, there he went right there. He grabbed him and finished him off. I'm gonna see if I can't beat him up here for you guys. Yep, there we go. I got him. But yeah, once their health bar is all the way down, all you have to do is punch them, and then your character finishes them off. So that is a really, really interesting mechanic. So there is a lot of strategy behind actually, hand-to-hand combat, and you really, really have to get the hang of it if you want to, you know, be a master at it. But it's not hard to... Ow! Ow, this guy surprised me here. Here goes some combat for you guys right there. Got him. That was too close right there. He surprised me. Dalaran has a really low health bar, though, so you have to really know what you're doing with Dalaran if you want to beat up the other player. But be that as it may, he has a really cool ability that allows him to turn into this ghost and then fly around the map, and then he could just appear behind you. You will not know. There is a warning, though. That is the downside to his character. One of the downsides. I'll get to the other one in a minute. But you can hear it. It sounds like this burning soul behind you. You'll know it when you hear it. But aside from that, you will not see what the spirit looks like. You won't see it at all. He can fly around the map as that spirit, and you will not know. The other downside to his his ability rather, is the fact that he leaves his actual body behind. So if you find his body on the map, you can just grab him and it's game over. So you have to know where to leave your body. And you have to know when to actually use the ability. Because as I said, people can hear it. You have to surprise them just at the right time. And you can't just float around people because they're going to hear you. I think that's a really cool ability. And I don't want to say I mastered it, but I'm getting pretty good at Dalaran's ability. I'm starting to figure it out. Every time I play as the antagonist, I make sure that I'm in a loud area, so they can't really hear me if I'm going to hover around them like that. And if someone's alone, it's really easy to trick them, because when you're behind cover, you can't exactly see behind you. So if you catch someone who's just, you know, propped against the blunt or something like that, you can sneak up behind them and just grab them with Dalaran, with his ultimate ability. And you can just insta-kill them. And he can get really annoying as the antagonist if you got somebody who knows what they're doing. I wouldn't really use him here, though, because, well, it's kind of a tight area. And people can really see where you are. So if I use my ability as Dalaran here, people are going to end up finding where my body actually is and just end up grabbing me. Oh, he surprised me! Ah, he got me! Ah, man, see, that's what I mean. There is a lot of noise going on here, so I can't exactly hear where he's coming from. So that is an up to actually using Dalaran here, but as I said, you can see where his body is. So a teammate can just sneak over there while you keep him busy and just, you know, take him out. But be that as it may, it's still not a bad place to use him, but I wouldn't use him here, personally. I would probably use a heavy character who has a lot of control, meaning pushing them around or maybe keeping them in a certain area, most likely Constantine, because there's actually these creatures that you cannot fight with hand-to-hand combat. If you even try to fight these guys with hand-to-hand combat, they'll just eat you. That's if they're fully grown. Once they're fully grown, you just can't do anything to them. But if they're like these little slug guys, you punch them, oh man, he escaped. Ah, you punch them, and then they bring you into this nightmare-scape-looking place with all these black goo all the wall and tentacles and all that kind of stuff. And then they summon like this copy of you and you have to fight them. I think I showed you guys a minute ago. But yeah, that's how you kill them, but once they're fully grown, they'll just insta-kill you. What you have to do is you have to shoot them from a distance if you actually want to kill them. But yeah, there's a way you can actually keep a whole bunch of those things on the field, but you have to make sure the enemy team does not kill them when they're young. You have to make sure that they fully grow, and then they become this absolute problem. Because they're really hard to take out with bullets. Even though you can take them out that way, it's not easy. Now here's a scenario that's an absolute nightmare for the antagonist. An absolute nightmare is when the entire team just gangs up on you like that. You have to make sure that that does not happen. So playing as the antagonist is definitely one of the harder game modes in here. You might think it's easy because, hey, you got a boss on your side and you got all these monsters that move around and can just eat you alive, but it's pretty difficult. The enemy team can still gang up on you. They can still take you down pretty quickly. And one thing about Dalaran that makes him pretty tough is that gun he's got. If you're good with it, you can get headshots and just insta-kill pretty much anybody. And it looks like Dalaran here has let a couple of those creatures fully grow. And that's pretty clever. He made sure that we did not touch too many of the slug versions of them, and we got like 3 fully grown monsters hanging around. Here goes that nightmare escape I was telling you guys about with all the tentacles and goo all over the wall. Now there is a lot more to this game. I don't want to stretch out this video for too long because I want this to be quick and I want you guys to check it out because it's a lot of fun. There are so many more levels and there are more boss levels like this too, but I won't be able to get to them all in the video. I will be showing you guys this one at least though. Now I'm gonna make sure. Oh no, Dollar. Man, he's good with that gun. That guy knows what he's doing with that pistol. Man, he got me good there. Oh man. But alright, I'm gonna come back and say, oh no, don't want that thing to notice me there. Oh, there he is. It's a good thing I spawned right behind him. Man, that was a good shot by the antagonist there. Alright, got behind him, took him out. He didn't see me coming there, but I'm gonna make sure I take this guy out before I put Aleph in here. Another mechanic about this game is Aleph. We're gonna make this really quick because there is a lot to it. That creature noticed me. I am going to run away before it eats me. Please don't eat me, Mr. Monster. Please. Oh, okay, he died. I think one of my teammates got him. Thank you, buddy. But yeah, there's a lot to Aleph, but for the most part, this is all you need to know. The elite enemies drop Aleph, and Aleph is something you're going to need throughout most of the levels in the game, because 9 times out of 10 you're going to need to overload something with Aleph. In this case, it's the boss here. You go to his base, you overload it with Aleph, and that exposes his weak spots, which are on his little ankles here. The elite enemies are usually the enemies that are harder to kill. You have to fight them with combat in order to collect their Aleph. You can shoot them and collect their Aleph, but after you shoot them and kill them that way, their Aleph explodes. The best way to kill an elite enemy or a player, they drop Aleph too by the way, is fighting them with hand-to-hand combat so you can collect their Aleph without it exploding. You can collect it before it explodes, but I think it would be a better idea just to fight them with combat and collect the Aleph that way, so you're not running over there and just hoping it doesn't explode before you get there. And it appears I have been eaten! Yeah, that's fine. Monsters. What are you gonna do? Now you're probably wondering how you win as the antagonist. That is a very good question. Well, as you can see, the allied team, the good guys, we have lives. The antagonist does not have lives. So I can kill the antagonist as many times as I want and they still will not lose any lives. Us, however, we have lives. So if you have a really, really good team like I do, monster! Run! No, he ate my buddy! No! He got my buddy! You'll pay for that! Okay, I got him. Anyway, oh no, another monster! Woo! These guys are attacking me like crazy. There goes a slug over there. I'm gonna go kill that thing. But you know what? I'm getting off subject. Sorry. That monster caught me off guard. Oh boy. Anyway, the antagonists, what they have to do is either they completely deplete your lives, or they prevent you from finishing the objective. Sometimes the objective could be saving somebody. For example, at the first level of the game, you'll have to save Lycus Dion. What you'll have to do is you have to break Lycus Dion out of prison. And he is just about to be executed. They have him hanging from this chain in this restraining equipment. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but he's hanging from it by a chain. And the guards are shooting at the chain, and it has a health bar. If the health bar depletes, Lycus Dion falls off the ship to his death. And what you have to do is you have to prevent them from shooting the chain so he doesn't fall off of a very, very high up ship to his death. And yeah, I'm pretty sure nobody wants that to happen. It's a pretty nasty way to go, so you probably want to save him there. But don't worry, it's actually one of the easiest missions in the game, and if you're playing as an antagonist, it's going to be pretty difficult for you to beat the raiders. But be that as it may, it's still fun to play either as an antagonist or a raider. It's fun to play as the antagonist because you get to mess up people's playthroughs. Yeah. And it's pretty fun to play as a raider because you have a whole team with you, and it can get pretty hard at times, and it's pretty challenging too. And you guys know I like a good challenge, so this is obviously going to be a game I absolutely love. But yeah, that's pretty much how the gameplay works. There's a lot more levels I wish I could show you guys, but I do not have the time. I will be taking a look at Dalrin, though, for you guys, because he's a really cool character. I want you guys to see him. Thanks, buddy. The other guy did fantastic, though, on that level. He did absolutely fantastic. The reason I'm making a video about this right now, though, is there's actually a new character that is going to be released really soon. And you know what? I actually know quite a bit about this game. So I think I can make a review on a character when they are released. So when this character comes out, I might as well go ahead and make a review. It'll be fun. Now, alright, I gotta show you guys Dalrin. Before I end the video, I just have to show him to you. This guy is really, really cool. I love his ultimate ability. If you know how to use it, you can be a great antagonist, and you can be a good raider, because it's pretty useful as a raider too. Very useful, actually. There's a lot more to this game that I want to talk to you guys about, so I will be making more videos on this in the future. But for now, my fellow gamers, it is all the time I have left. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, and please do subscribe to the channel for more. I will be making more Spacelords videos in the future, and I will be reviewing a whole bunch of other different games too. So, should you play Spacelords? Absolutely. Give it a try when you can. But until next time, my fellow gamers, take it easy for me, and please do have a blessed day. Bye.